Hello, welcome back to the channel. This reading is for Scorpio, all placements of Scorpio. Remember, it is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. If it does not, go ahead and check your other placements and see if that one does or those do. We are going to start with past. We will do present, a short, small present spread, and future. And then at the end, we will get some advice and we will clarify as well. What does Scorpio need for the past? Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Ace of Wands. Honestly, this looks quite amazing. Maybe focused on stepping into your power, stepping into maybe a business of your own, focusing on security, your foundations. I see the Empress here, so maybe even getting married, starting a new relationship, possibly, new business partnership, something of that nature. I love it. I love this. Main focus is like passion and your values or your money. Present energy for Scorpio. Seven of Cups. Okay, lots of options or maybe some confusion. Let's see. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so there could be maybe options around how you make your money. Options maybe with other people. I do see the Ten of Cups, like maybe around love. Doesn't have to be though. There's not like a lot of love cards out here. So maybe there's confusion around your money or which direction that you'd like to go in. The Queen of Pentacles is more focused from the heart space, right? She wants things to be comfortable and soft and really maintained and consistent, right? So she's thinking about how to proceed from her heart space and being pretty practical. So there could be some things around that. Anything else for the present? Okay, I'm not going to take all of these. It's way too many, but I'll take this Five of Cups here because it was the first one out. The other one was the King of Cups, the Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles. Okay, so I think this could have to do with your money and your work kind of tying together. I think there's probably a lesson around that. It could be around how your worth, how you feel about yourself as well. So for Capricorns, I'm a Capricorn sun. I actually have 5 placements of Capricorn in my chart. So for Capricorns, typically what happens is like how we feel about something affects our money because that's, it's kind of just how it is for Cappies, right? So I think you're kind of experiencing a little bit of this maybe. Like you maybe don't have enough money right now, or you're focusing on how you don't have enough money and you're trying to find options to create more opportunity for yourself. I do see the Knight of Cups on the bottom here. So it's like something, you're trying to find something that calls to you, that your heart is into. That tells me, like with this Ace of Wands, it told me that in the past here. Where you're like, okay, I want to step into my power. I want to feel worthy. I want to do all these things, right? But there's so much confusion around which direction I need to go in. But it's because you're kind of focusing on the past here. What do we have in the future for Scorpio? Page of Cups. Okay. So there's a little bit of movement. Starting something. Okay. A lot of movement. The Knight of Wands. Anything else? All right. And Justice. Yeah. With the High Priestess on the bottom. So you know that this is coming, right? You know it's coming. The Page of Cups is an offer of some kind, right? But inside of the Page of Cups, I don't know if many of you know this, but the fish inside of the cup is the potential, right? It's the potential of what the thing could be. So the muse is actually the fish. And she's focused more on the fish than the cup itself. Wow, that's beautiful. I've actually never said that before, so that's amazing. you're more focused on the muse part of things. And I think you should be focused in that area because that's what's going to lead you to that Knight of Cups, that place, that longing, right? Your heart space, your heart song. And then things are going to be balancing out. You'll know which direction to go in the future because you feel passionate about it, right? And you have this knowing. It could be around the full moon that we're having. So with 10 of Swords under here, I want to say to try to control your thoughts, right? We're all going through these endings, this shedding of all of these layers that we've had, and moving ourselves into this new space, right? It's the year of the snake, and we're moving into the year of the horse, which is about freedom and expansion and joy and all of that beautiful shit. So we have to shed these layers of these old beliefs that we have, possibly around your worth, or around, your finances, your resources, your money, whatever this is. So I see you doing that. Let's clarify some of this. Tell me about the 10 of Pentacles here in the past for Scorpio. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Thank you. 7 of Wands. All right. So maybe defending a position, maybe defending a home position, defending a work position, defending the action of moving toward having a firm foundation, right? We have the 7 of Wands, King of Wands. So King of Wands is taking that action, absolutely going forward. There's so much wand energy here. It's like you wanted to go forward quickly and move forward because you had this passion, right? To stand up for something. What's the Emperor? Possibly yourself. The Emperor. The Sun. It did come out in reverse. I almost want to leave it that way. So maybe you didn't see a part of yourself or see that you could be happy. I don't know. I don't ever read cards in reverse. It did fly out in reverse, but I don't ever read them that way. I think this had something to do with your ego, if I'm being honest. Like, maybe your ego was keeping you, because I see the 9 of Cups on the bottom here, right? And if it was in the reverse, right? Then it could be your ego keeping you from knowing what happiness is, right? Because if we turn it upright, it's that you do know, right? It shed light on, this is raw energy, masculine energy. Like your masculine is trying to learn what is emotionally fulfilling, what is passion, what is like passionately fulfilling, what are these things, right? So you want to take these actions and you're like defending these actions, but they could be coming from a place that is actually not good for your mental space or your nervous system or something, right? Everyone's masculine. It's kind of a collective theme right now. Well, has been for over a year. Has been doing the same work. The Emperor. Yep, it was hidden. Yeah. So I heard the hidden enemy was myself. Which isn't that the fucking truth? It's always like that, right? So the hidden enemy, right? This is putting things into practice, actually, but I do see them as like they're fighting. They're not. They're putting things into practice, and I think has to do with your intuition. But I think you were blocking yourself from that, right? This King of Swords here, the sword is down in this card, which means the truth is not in the open. And then the moon being here as well. It's like you didn't even see that there was competition going on, or that you were in competition with the self, or you were creating some sort of something within yourself that didn't really actually belong to you, right? It was created somewhere else. You carried it. Ace of Wands. Alrighty. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords. Yeah. So the Ace of Wands, which is knowing what that passionate thing is, right? Or taking passionate action in a certain direction. You're choosing a direction. The Wheel of Fortune. So once you did that, you changed the direction, right? You moved forward. You closed a cycle and went forward quickly, it looks like, with the Knight of Swords here. Queen of Wands on the bottom. Six of Swords. Quickly moved on to, this could be a partnership. I do see this. So in a partnership, you could have quickly moved forward with somebody. Seven of Cups. Oh, look at that. Queen of Wands. And Three of Coins. All right. So you could have an option to work together with somebody new, or to follow your passions in a certain direction or a few different directions. And it could be unclear. I do see more than one person, right? So the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Three of Coins, it looks like working together in like community. So you could be working with other people. You could have a choice between two people. You could have a choice to between multiple options of where to put your energy, right? You could have choices. You could be spoiled for choice at this time. Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Ace of Swords. Six of Wands. Okay. So the truth is, right? The Ace of Swords always talks about the truth. Ow. The Ace of Swords is about the truth. The Six of Wands is recognition and victory. So in work, you could have this. In a relationship or partnership, you guys could graduate a relationship to something else. I do see the Two of Cups and Two of Coins down here, and the Devil. So you could be dealing with the Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. You could be Pisces, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got pretty much every sign out here. So whatever. It doesn't really matter. But the options are, right, you could work together with other people, right? And you could come together in this area, right, with victory and recognition. Maybe even sharing your truth in some way gets you this victory and recognition inside of relationships, or partnerships, or whatever this looks like for you. Five of Cups. Ten of Swords. Okay. So I think you're kind of in the present moment, you're kind of looking at the past and emotionally focusing on the betrayal, right? Now, I say emotionally focused because it is tied to your emotions in the way that you're feeling. But in your mental space, it's betrayal, okay? So and I love that it's the Five of Cups here and 10 of Swords. So you're like halfway, I want to say halfway to this 10 of Cups, right? But in this mental space, you're like at this end of the cycle. So once you end this cycle mentally, emotionally, you're going to be able to move forward through this. And I think, well, you get to this Page of Cups in this future, right? So that moves forward like 6 steps because you have mentally let go of this load, but you're in the middle of doing the work right now around maybe a marriage, a partnership, a foundation, a business foundation, a home. It's balancing out and moving forward right now. Five of Cups, but there's still some mental work that needs to be done. And the Fool, yeah. So you possibly could be afraid that this new beginning won't come, right? You could be afraid that there isn't going to be a resurrection, I heard, that the phoenix will not rise again. But I don't know that that is true. All right. Page of Cups. Four of Coins, okay? In the future, right, we have maybe an offer is being held back right now. Or at that time, just for a time, right? Page of Cups. It looks like she's protecting something, right? So you could really just be protecting yourself because you're still healing this wound down here. Learning to trust people, learning to give love again, right? If this is a marriage and there was, mistakes in the past, it's forgiveness, right? And grace. Yeah. So you're holding back how you feel because you're probably afraid, right? Yeah, look at Nine of Swords, anxiety. You have anxiety that if you give this offer, that it won't be taken, or that you won't be accepted, or it won't be chosen, or something of that nature, right? So you're kind of holding back, which is perfectly fine, right? It's all in due time. Knight of Wands. We have the Star. And the Magician. Holy shit. Yep. Yeah. I think if you focus on hanging back, right? Not necessarily, right, holding yourself off. I think focusing that energy in a different direction. Okay, that's what this looks like. The Knight of Wands is you're quickly moving forward, passionately moving forward towards your dreams. And you have all of the tools you need to do that, right? As above, so below, to bring it right to you. So you're focusing on that. And I think as you're emotionally working through these spaces and you step into this power, you'll end up at the King of Cups, which is emotionally stable. You'll have all of this work done here. Justice. Tell me about justice. Six of Cups. Yep. Balancing out the past. Disappointments. Yeah. Literally. And anxiety. Look at that. So you know this is coming. The High Priestess down here. You feel it. You feel that this work is going on. It's like you're right in it right now. You're almost finished though. This mental space will be cleared. Just take your time, right? These past disappointments won't get to come with you. And that's why Spirit's asking you to do the work right now, to clear this out of the way. But you already know, you feel this. I know you do. Scorpio's got it like that. What advice do we have for Scorpio? Yeah. Eight of Cups. Six of Cups. Oh, there's way more than I thought. Emperor, Chariot, the Moon. Yeah. Even if you don't think you're headed in the right direction, you are. Okay. It's like you're headed in a direction. You may not even see the outcome. And that might be what you have anxiety about. Like you're terrified. If there's no net on the other side, how am I going to fucking take action? Right? You are headed there anyway. And I think this nostalgia, this focusing on the past is like almost luring you around through it. Like your intuition is leading, but wow, dude, I'm feeling it like it's underwater. Like your mental space could be underwater, but it's a good thing. There's an intent. It's intentional. Okay? Because it's leading you to exactly where you want to be. All right, Scorpio, I really hope that reading helped you. If it did, please like, subscribe, comment what's going on. I want to know. I'm nosy, If you want a private reading with me, you can get all of that information in the description box below. I do want to mention that I have a retreat coming up in March. If you are a healer, light worker, whatever you want to call yourself, you're more than welcome to come. That information is down there as well. My webinar for integrating your shadow, meeting your shadow, integrating all of the things that, we need to do as human beings to actually fully step into our power. We have a webinar for that. It is also in the description box. And then one more thing, school community. If you want to join that, just brainstorm with like-minded individuals, just connect with other people who are like us, please feel free to join. If this is where I leave you, I thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. I will see you next time.